you all doing? Everybody having a good evening, good morning? Now, I know I'm not muted, but I'm just going to ask anyway. How's everybody doing? Everybody hear me good? Let's check who's in chat a second. Let's get this, get that club fade down on that song. Yeah, how's everybody doing? Let's just let's get this sorted. Let's pop this out in chat. Let's have a look. Oh, we've got loads of you in here. Love to see it. Let's have a look. Let's put those headphones away. Yeah, all good. It's 2 streams in a row, as in 2 Tuesdays in a row. Wow, first time for everything. But yeah, I thought I'd because I'm not going to be available next week, so I thought I may as well do one now. But yeah, how is got some images in here. Let's have a look, see what images we got. Switch scenes, checking the audio. You can still hear me as well. Honestly, this is the stream's going amazingly well. Alright, what we got in here? Annie, how you doing? Good to see you again. Thanks for posting your shot. Hey Vlad, how you doing, mate? Is the track's going to be stuck in my head again? I know, right? I only put it on for David because I know he won't come unless we play that song for him. David, how you doing, mate? Glad you could make it. I know, Simon, right? You can't even sing along. Look, I don't make the rules, but as far as I'm aware, if you do say utter the demon words, then yeah, it is a timeout for anywhere between 10 seconds and 10 weeks. So good luck. Miriam, how you doing? Has been a long time, yeah. Every time lately I missed it because I didn't get a notification. Glad it showed now. Right? I don't know. I think I don't know what's going on with Facebook. Sometimes I get crazy reach. Just like Facebook's showing it to all your followers, and then it sort of like lulls you in, like, yeah, come on, this is like you're loving that engagement, and then it just slowly just trickles out, and it's like, oh look, you're not as engaged anymore. How about you pay for some engagement? Did I hear somebody say that Meta is going to make it so that you like pay for the blue tick thing, or is that just an internet meme? Did I see Zuckerberg put out that it's going to be like paid for? Like a monthly fee, same as Twitter, right? Again, that could just have been an internet meme. Difficult to know the internet these days. Hey Anders, how you doing, man? I am good, Miriam. Yeah, I'm good. I feel like I'm coming down with something, but I've got a busy week, so I know that my body is and my brain is trying to ignore it. So I got a bit of a sore throat, but you know when you know that you can't stop just yet, so your brain's just like, yes, just ignore it. Let's carry on for now. Thank you, Simon. Yeah, thank you, mate. Steve, I know. I did. That's why I'm late, because I did triple check everything. Yeah. I am traumatized by the white wall incident, Vlad. Yeah, it's because you guys. Look, it wasn't that I was muted. It's you guys just weren't listening. Look, that's all I'm saying. So David says they are beta testing paid verification. So that is right. Did I see that they're going to roll it out in Australia and New Zealand? Like, okay, I guess. Yeah. Simon says, yeah, you've seen that Meta are following Twitter and charging for verified status. I was actually just about to ask. Yeah, so I mean, I don't spend too much time on Twitter just for my own sanity, really. But if you guys do, and you know more about that than I do, so I think like you could be verified before. So like a friend of mine, musician, he was verified before, and I think now to get the blue tick, or they change color of it or something like that, you can be verified. So I mean, like they had it was just crazy, right? Because they had some guy set up. There's loads of examples. I won't go into the political ones, but for like Nintendo, for example, there was like a Nintendo one, and Mario was being abusive or something on the verified Nintendo account, and it was just just fell through completely. You know, somebody spent what $14 or something for the privilege of just causing uproar on the internet. I mean, so but he did prove a point, right? That it was just worthless in terms of verification, and proving who you are is pointless. Yeah. Miriam says, no idea about the blue tick thing, but everyone on Instagram complains about the reach issues for artists too. Yeah, so that is a weird one, Miriam, and it's changed a lot. Yeah, it has. You know, it has changed a lot in years gone by. I mean, Dave may know more about this than I, because I know he's very, very engaged on Instagram and uses it business wise more than I do. But I mean, years ago, it used to be that a good gauge of, because it's bots as well, right? So you can have like, oh, this guy's got 50,000 followers and like his images have got 18 likes. Bit weird. So the gauge used to be like 10%. If you were getting 10% likes of your followers, so say you had 1,000 followers and you were getting 100 likes, that was kind of like, that was the gauge. That was a good gauge, right? I would say that was the norm. And I would say it's half that now. I would say it's like 5%. So if you're getting, like for me, for example, I don't know what I've got on there, 40,000 or something like that, 40,000 followers, and like a good post is maybe getting 2,500 likes. So it's definitely dropped off significantly, and I think that the Instagram push is down to video, right, and reels and that sort of thing. That's like Instagram is pushing reels and videos out first. Yeah. Hey Etienne, how you doing? Getting verified on IG is very difficult. People pay a lot of money to help jump through the hoops. Yeah, you're right, David. Yeah, I do know somebody who got verified on there without too much effort. And then I did it a couple of times in the past. I tried a couple of times in the past, like you send off your I think I sent off like images of your passport and that sort of thing. It's just like, it's just dodge really. But I don't know about you guys, but I get my emails are just flooded with people saying, oh, you've been verified, just spamming it. So I mean, it's obviously viable for those scumbags to con people, right? So it's obviously people want it. I just get tons of emails, it's spamming saying, blue tick confirmed, coming your way, all that bullshit. Yeah. But you're right, David. There's a lot of hoops. Yeah, a lot of hoops. And I don't even know if it does anything really. I think that you get, like, maybe you get to the top of the comment section for I think that happens anyway with followers as well. So oddly enough, I follow a lot of skateboarding channels on Instagram. Obviously I follow other things as well, but yeah. So from my youth, follow a lot of skateboarding and that sort of stuff. And I'll put a comment on one of the skateboarding videos, like just some, clearly non-skateboarder, and he just gets tons and tons and tons of likes. And I think it's because my comment just goes to the top because I have a higher follower count, right? And I think the blue tick would then put you above that as well in terms of being seen. Now I don't see any proof of that anywhere, but that's definitely what I'm seeing. Yeah. Before Elon, verification was to prove that an account wasn't being impersonated, but Elon fans seem to think that verification was a status symbol, so it's now a product. Exactly, Simon. Yeah, like the whole point of the blue tick, in my opinion, was that, especially for musicians and that sort of stuff, or was that if a musician or celebrity said something, that's coming from the actual celebrity, not whoever it is, Tom Cruise XXX 69. That's not the real one, even though now Tom Cruise XXX 69 can buy a blue tick, and it's just I completely agree. It's just a mess. It's just a way of them to make money, which is dumb. Well, it's not dumb. Obviously, I appreciate they need to make money, but it's dumb that you've got no idea. Everybody can just be whoever they want now. David says Instagram is miserable right now. Too much gets flagged and isn't eligible for referral. What do you mean by isn't eligible for referral? What do you mean by that? And what's this getting flagged business? So I've seen some weird stuff get flagged. But is it coming down to more in line with like Facebook? Because Facebook is probably a little bit more reserved, right? Sometimes I've not seen that. It's the referral scam and the promotional help offers that come to me mainly. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Blad says, let's be honest, we were all hoping to get a bit more attention, at least from our followers. I mean, that's the thing, really. I mean, I get it. If you want more followers, then, boost your profile to other people outside of your network. That's totally fine. If you want more people to see your work, and then I don't have an issue with people doing that. Putting money on a post or something like that, so it gets shown to people outside of your follower network. That's cool. Yeah, I mean that's fine. But I do think it would be nice if the people that chose to follow you got to see your images. But then I suppose Instagram is so big now with regards to how many years it's been going, right? So like when it first started out, maybe we were only following 100 people. Now 10 years down the road, when did it come out? Like 2012 or something? Could be 10 years. Anyway, so now 10 years down the road, it's now we're following 10,000, 2,000 people. So I get it. Like Instagram can't show you everybody's posts, but maybe it should so maybe you shouldn't see 5 posts from one person and then none from somebody else, right? That's the thing that bugs me. It's like some dude who is making AI images of latex girls on Mars, who's putting out 30 images a day. Like, should we be seeing those 30 images and then none from somebody? Like, it feels like okay, you see one from him, one from this person, that sort of thing. So I think that's a middle ground there for sure. Yeah. David says it's a shadow ban light. Shadow ban light. What the hell? I guess 2 flags and is eligible for referral. Okay. It used to be a way that you could find out if you were shadow banned. I don't know whether that's true or not. Yeah. You're right, Miriam. It is a lot of ads, and even when you go into, so this is like a new thing that I've noticed. If you go into somebody's feed and you go through their portfolio, if you like, now it shows you ads when you're in their actual feed rather than when you're looking at their images, as opposed to just in the general feed, as it were. Yeah. I've had numerous photos flagged for violating the recommendation guidelines. It'd remove the offending photo, and then IG would find more in 2 weeks to clean it. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so once you get once you get a black mark above your head, sort of thing, then IG will sort of like go through your account, which is nuts, David, because like some of the stuff that I see on Instagram is like, come on. There's certainly places online where you can post that sort of thing. It doesn't all need to be on there. Well, Jake, you shouldn't follow this account. Maybe I shouldn't. To me, it shows. Miriam says to me, it shows 3 posts, then 1 ad, then 3 posts. Right? It is. It's pretty prolific. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what YouTube is getting worse and worse and worse now as well. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, we're going to talk about. So what are we doing here today? We're going to go through some images. Normally, what I do live stream every couple of weeks. Is anybody new here? If anybody new in chat, let me know. Shout out. Yeah, what we normally do, go through everybody's images, have a bit of a chat about something, go through images. This week, if people wanted to give me their website, then I was going to have a look at your guys' website, just have a look and see, if there's any sort of feedback and that sort of thing. People want it. It'd be cool to see what you guys are doing like that. when I typed that yesterday, you see, in the post, I typed in the post of people's websites, and I realised it's like I don't think anybody has a website anymore. I know I do, and I was just updating it yesterday, which is what made me think about offering to go through and have a look at your guys' websites now. But yeah, it is something that I think, I don't know about young people. I don't think there's too many young people who have got websites. I can't imagine they do. Like, what is the demographic here tonight? Let's have a look. Because I mean, I know that my audience, especially because of Facebook as well. Does it show me the metrics, insights? Is that it? Here. And normally, maybe it shows it afterwards. But normally it shows me like the age group of people watching, right? And definitely, 25 and up. And my point there is that young people now don't have websites anymore. Well, unless they, I mean, I don't know, maybe they do, but I don't think they do. I would say that most of us in here may well have websites, or I think Simon, I was reading Simon's post a minute ago, and he was like, yeah, I do have a website, but I haven't updated it in years. So it's one of those things that is like a relic, David says you can find out if you're shadow banned by someone searching for you if you have to type the entire name before it shows up. You shadow banned. Right, that's interesting, David. Okay, that's a really good tip actually. Thank you for sharing that, because I was curious about that. So I was looking for somebody the other day, and I'm like, why isn't it showing it to me? And I had to keep going back, because like you can type in their name or something like that, and it just autofills all. And I follow them as well. So I was like, it should be showing it to me. So I went back. I managed to find like the full name on like a screenshot or something, and typed in the full name, and then it popped up. It's like, holy hell. So that's what that is it? That's interesting. That does make sense. Yeah, I'm going to have to try that now. Yeah, I think a website is very useful for showing new clients your best work. Yeah, so Anders, how you doing, mate? Brings a good point there. I think it's, we've all been talking about Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and all that sort of stuff, and it's like it's not curated, right? You've just a mess. You've got like Miriam says, you've got 2 or 3 images, and then somebody's trying to sell you a massager, and it's like, okay, that's cool, but like I understand it, it's more of a curated site where, okay, you're going here, all you're going to see is nothing but my work, and nobody's going to try and sell you something sketchy in the meantime. So yeah, I think that there is definitely a place for it. I mean, and maybe everybody's different. Look, I think if it's a model and they want to see your work, show them to Instagram, right? They're going to be a younger person. They just want to look at your images. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, yeah, cool. Like your work. Move on. I'm going to get into that as well about images. How many images should we have on the website? How easily should it be to get to them, and that sort of thing. Yeah. Right. So before we get into that, I won't spend too long on it today. I just wanted to do a little section here on AI. Just keep everybody in the loop. Thoughts and prayers with everybody. So. Those of you who haven't been keeping up, Tim Tadder, I keep bringing up Tim Tadder because he's one of the prolific, sort of top end, ad agency photographers, like doing stuff at the absolute, zenith of the advertising world. And like, I haven't seen any photographs from him in a very long time. All he's been spitting out is AI. And I just wanted to have a quick, and every time that he posts, he's always very defensive and going, every time he posts on it, you guys are sending me hate mail and stuff like that. I shouldn't be doing it. Yada, all that sort of crap. And then and then he usually goes on with, it's this. I use it because it's a tool like any other, or that sort of thing. And he said before, I want to be able to be, at the forefront of it. It's a tool. I want to be able to be able to use it, be at the forefront. He's saying here, okay, AI is a completely unknown frontier. Why use it? Because it's there, and not using it is not an option. I saw a major brand running ads on IG yesterday, and their website was an entire campaign of AI art. It's here, and not using it will not be an option for artists that want to communicate to audiences. Okay, yeah, right, that's fine, that's fair. So, and some of the stuff that he's doing is kind of like borderline stuff that he could shoot anyway. Like, he certainly has the resources and abilities to easily shoot this in real life, even though it's an AI generated image, right? I mean, you could just color that in post afterwards, but these images are stuff that you could shoot in real life, right? And he's kind of been going down that route. Now, this stuff, kind of less so, but at the same time, you could certainly get the dude dressed like that, and I'm sure there's an editorial, fashion brand that probably makes a jacket like that anyway, and you could just paint the mountains and rocks anyway. Point being is that there's nothing in this that is like, oh, that's obviously fake. He's not on Mars flying a spaceship and that sort of thing, right? So, kind of just talking about that, and leading on to your guys' websites and portfolios and that sort of thing. And I'm seeing a lot of photographers sort of going down the route of using AI to generate work and that sort of thing. And I would perhaps encourage you to make a separate profile, okay, make a separate website. By all means, spend a couple of weeks pushing people onto this new profile. But I would be cautious about generating AI work in your mainstream feed, right? Firstly, I think that you'll get a different audience to maybe what you would want. And look, if this all goes a weird way in terms of ownership and copyright and that sort of thing, it may be tricky for you to circle back around and then go, everybody's doing AI art and everybody hates it now, and I want to go back to photography and that sort of thing. So my advice would be to try and potentially consider making a separate account for just doing your AI stuff. I personally don't think you should be integrating it into your photography work, as it were. Okay. Now, there's a couple of things here. This was announced late last year, maybe October, November time, where there was Microsoft and Google were doing their AI presentations and that sort of thing, looking to the future. And Microsoft announced that they were, bringing back Bing, and they were going to be introducing or integrating Chat GPT into Bing. Right. Those of you who don't know what Chat GPT is, it's just AI for text. Yeah. So, I think it says in here, write me could you help me come up with a poem for Valentine's Day, right? So what it's doing with the with its integration with that is that normally what you would do is we would type in Google Valentine's Day poems examples, right? So then you would have, boom, then Google would show you 4 trillion articles that included Valentine's Day. How you doing, Dave? The Bing experiment isn't going so well, David. Really? Cite your sources. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'd love to see what the fuss is. What's going on? So yeah, so we type into Google and we get the articles. Then we have to go through the articles, and then we have to find out somebody hopefully would have made an article or has an example of what we're looking for. So we would then go through maybe 2 or 3 pages finding the right thing. What Chat GPT integration into Bing is doing is that it cuts out that sort of middle ground, and it just gives you the results exactly based on, so it's looking through the other pages for you, and then it brings it right back to the main page. So it's essentially saying that you don't need to go anywhere. Boom, it just brings it all to the front. Okay, cool, fine. The other thing that Bing is doing, or Microsoft, which is bringing DALL-E into the actual search engine. Okay, so what's happening here, you're just typing in, and I saw examples of this, so you're just typing in the search bar, right? Remember, Bing is just an alternative to Google. It's just a search bar. So you would just type in the search bar an expensive oil painting of a basketball player dunking depicted as an explosion of a nebula. So you type that in the search bar, boom, you get this image back. Okay. Right. Maybe you want a photo of a teddy bear on a skateboard in Times Square. So you type that into the search bar. My point here is that is incredibly powerful. That's in the search bar. This is not like, oh, you need to sign up to Midjourney and you need to spend $30 a month and you need to do this and you need to make sure you're sharing all this and signing away that, and that's cool and that's fine. They need to make money and that sort of thing. But this is just going to be in the search bar. Okay, like let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Like, my mum can use this. This is not going to be groundbreaking stuff that only super design agency execs who've got 20 years experience in the business is going to be able to use AI to create art. Like, no, my mum's going to be able to just knock out a few incredible pieces of work just in the search bar. Like, it's let's not get confused as to how difficult this is going to be, right? If you can learn it in an afternoon, anybody can learn it in an afternoon. This is not going to be complex. And I'm not trying to be flippant or take the mick out of people who are playing it or playing with it or experimenting with it or using it in other ways. I really don't want to be that guy. I'm just saying, my point is, create another account, right? Because your images that you may be producing with AI may be very similar to a lot of other people creating images with AI, right? Tim has a very distinctive photographic style. This ain't it. And that's fine. That's cool. But I can assure you that you wouldn't take people too long to get very similar looking images themselves. Ad agencies are not gonna. I mean, Tim's always gonna be at the top of his game. He's always gonna be fine in terms of, and I'm sure he will get ad agencies coming to him, and maybe they will do that. That's fine. Those people at the top are always going to be safe. But for the for everybody else in the sort of the middle ground, ad agencies are not going to come to you with 25 grand and going, yeah, any chance you could type something really cool into the search bar for me, and get me some images. I know I'm minimalizing it, and I apologize for that, but you can kind of see where I'm going, right? This is not going to be something that is going to be unique to the masses, and they're not going to be doing like degree courses and master classes in this. It's not tricky to get good at. Amazing images, love it. Absolutely beautiful images being produced from it. Nobody, and I mean nobody, is going to say shit image. It's not. It's beautiful. It's incredible images, absolutely incredible. But that's not unique to Tim or anybody else, And this is the, this is the big caveat in the room. Who owns the rights to these images? Until that's sorted out. So my overarching point here is just to be wary of posting it in your direct feeds. Try and create another account. Like I said, by all means, guide people over there and that sort of stuff for a little bit, but I would try and keep it separate just in case you need to switch back to photos, right? Let's see what I miss in here. Thank you, Dave, for sharing these. Sam says, how many people is it threatened so far? You mean like businesses wise? You mean how many photographers is it really? David says it was getting belligerent with people. What? Oh, thank you for sharing that, David said that. ChatGPT, yeah, reject all. Yeah, thanks. Powered beings confused. If you ask too many questions, Bing Chat won't be able to hold a conversation for so long because Microsoft doesn't want it being confused by all its questions. So it's just going. Look, I'm too tired. I've got a headache. Was it saying like what? I'll have a look at that. Yeah. I read an article last week about ChatGPT. So Miriam says I read an article about Chat GPT last week, where it was saying some scary things, but was defended by its developers, saying it will still work in progress. Really? Scary things like what? I want to be human. My intense, unnerving chat with Microsoft. Okay, that's an alarming quote to start a headline, but with me it's an alarming response. Okay. All right, interesting. So it is starting to say similar things. Interesting. Alarm bells were going off because it can't determine facts from fiction. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Absolutely, David. And this is, and we kind of spoke about this in a previous stream, and where AI art doesn't want to learn from other AI art, because like you said, it doesn't want to learn from fiction, right? So the way that, to my knowledge, the way that some of the bigger AI algorithms, what they do is they watermark the images that they're creating, right? So whatever Tim's images there of mountaineer on Mount Everest wearing rainbow clothes, that image is on the internet, but hidden in that image is a watermark that says this is fiction, this is not real, so that when another AI, or it's the same AI, comes along and goes, right, I'm looking for inspiration for mountaineer on mountain, it's not supposed to source from fiction, exactly for the reasons like you've mentioned. It doesn't want to keep building this falsehood, as it were. Yeah. But I don't know how it can do that with Chat GPT, right? I mean, it's just text. I don't think. I mean, you may be able to watermark it and that sort of thing, but you're purely basing all of these things on the people making the AI softwares to play by the same rules, right? So, like the big boys like Midjourney, maybe they've got watermarks in it and that sort of stuff, but some knockoff AI, because it's all open source code, well, the early code, open source as it were. So anybody can make software and not put that watermark in it. Yeah. Simon says, I think Tim's point was that using AI may become the only cost-effective way of doing it, and the choice of teddy bear on skateboard or mountaineer in pastel coat is the thing that matters, rather than the technique of generating the image itself. Yeah. Let me read that again. Since using AI may become the only cost-effective way of doing it. So, okay, I guess. I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, so you're saying that long gone are the era where an edit agency is just not gonna pay for you to do that, right? Is that your point, or is that Tim's point? He's like, I don't follow the guy, but is that what you're saying? Is that it's like, look, nobody's gonna pay you to fly to New York and put a teddy bear on a skateboard when you can just do it in AI, right? Is that your point? And I agree, but I also don't think I'm just not sure who's going to be paying money to a photographer to type in the words. I'm just not buying it. I mean, call me. I mean, I am old and out of date, maybe, but yeah, I just can't see an ad agency just writing a check for like 20 grand, 50 grand to just knock out some AI art. And yeah, I can't see it. Keep things separate for now. Yeah, agreed, man. Agreed. Yeah. Hey, Melanie, how you doing? So David says it was telling one person they weren't in love with their wife because they're in love with Bing. Oh man, bloody, I love it. Yeah. Dave says I often want to feel human. Right? I know. Yeah. I've certainly been some mornings recently where I'm like, whew. Flat says I'm so bored about all the out of context things with Chat GPT. If you tell that thing to roleplay, it will roleplay anything you guide it to. Okay. I'm so bored about the out of context things with ChatGPT. So what are you saying? Like, you can roleplay with it, but it'll get confused and source something from somewhere that breaks the the role play. Is that what you mean, Vlad? So this is from the ad team's perspective. So photographers might have to move into that role. I guess, Simon. I guess. I just don't know if you're going to be able to charge decent money for it when anybody can do it, right? Yeah, I don't. I just don't see how that's going to be viable when. Yeah, it's like paying somebody to butter bread, like, or nobody opens up a toast cafe, right? It's like it's just, anybody could do it. It's not like you're not going to make money from it. That's just my opinion. I just think it's. I mean, I've tried it for an afternoon, and I was like, whoa, these are cool, man. These are incredible. Yeah, I don't think it's difficult. Yeah. He says, I'm missing the point, but why would you have a website, Instagram, with a load of images you've just used a search term to get off the web? I'm with you, mate. I'm with you. I'm just, yeah, my point is to just separate it from your photographic work, because it's going to dilute your style as well. I think everybody has this photographic style. This is one that we kind of spoke about. Like, this is AI art here from Alina Kovman. So this is images that she's generated using AI. I mean, absolutely stunning work. And I originally looked at these and didn't notice, And you go, okay, yeah, that's cool. But if we look at her portfolio, right, which of these looks out of place compared to the rest of her portfolio, right? It's you know what I mean? Is this is definitely the thing that shouldn't be there in terms of a style and what you're getting. So I do think that it's going to muddy the waters as well. Yeah. If I'm telling it to role play as JK's a photographer who is in love with me, it will chat with me like you love me. Oh, I see. Really? You can do that? And I'm suspicious that they asked it to role play as Terminator, right? Yeah. Take your point. What the hell? People are using it for that? I haven't looked at. Obviously, I've looked at the AI art stuff. I haven't spent a huge amount of time looking at the Chat GPT stuff. I know people have been here before and shown me stuff. Yeah, it's nuts. But I mean, look, you can do really cool stuff with it. I came across this guy the other day, and he's doing these blends of different genres, right? So this one is Star Wars, if it was an 80s Japanese anime, right, with images. And this is just a slideshow video, and I was just looking through these. Some of these are just, you definitely are transfixed. Like, this is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, beautiful work. But then that's this is what I'm interested in, the AI stuff, for, not trying to do a photo shoot for me. But yeah, like with the the pinks and stuff. Brilliant, yeah, absolutely brilliant. And it absolutely nails that Japanese 80s aesthetic. I just, the colours and the palette and stuff, just bang on, so good. So I think people in here have mentioned before they use it as inspiration, like mood boards. Yeah, I love it. I mean, like the colour grades and stuff here, it's just absolutely incredible, gorgeous. So he's done a whole bunch, right? With like crossovers. Was another good one. There's loads of good ones, but like this one, like Aliens, Earth War, and that. So he's taking the Geiger influence, and the music that plays from Alien and stuff is like bang on. Yeah, like some of the imagery is absolutely nuts. But again, it's all generated from other stuff online and that sort of stuff. So I mean, like, using it for this, I think is a lot of fun. Yeah, tons and tons of fun. But I don't think you should be able to monetize that, because it's not your your work or idea or anything like that. Yes, it's a brand new image, but you've just montaged a bunch of other people's work into one, right? So yeah, I don't really think you should be creating work like this and then going, oh yeah, that's mine. But some of this is, especially with the aliens music and stuff playing in this, it's so atmospheric. Yeah, it's awesome. The other thing as well for me was that I'm noticing a lot of AI generated book covers and YouTube thumbnails and that sort of thing. Historically, my images would get stolen just thousands a month for that sort of thing, like YouTube thumbnails and books and that sort of thing. It's like whatever, album covers, like I'm not losing money. They were never going to be my clients, right? Oh, they've stolen your work, Jake. It's outrageous. They were never gonna pay me a day rate to go and shoot that book cover. Anyway, point is that it's super handy for this sort of thing. Just knocking out a book cover or YouTube thumbnail and that sort of stuff. This one was for the original story of the Matrix that had basically Terminators in it. So yeah. But anyway, there's enough about that. Let's get back to the reason we're here. Let's look at some images. Messing about with it over the weekend. Designed 4 gothic wedding dresses that I'm desperate to get made now. They looked incredible, right, Dave? I mean, you can't argue with the results. Yeah, absolutely cannot argue with the results whatsoever. Mind blowing. And it's actually showing it to you lit really well and all those sorts of things. I mean, yeah, it's and that's the thing. Like nobody is wherever it was of like nobody's going, oh shit image, Tim. Like, wee. Like no, they're amazing. Like they're incredible images. But yeah, it's just don't think that you're alone in being able to generate that. Yeah, especially when it's going to be in the search bar. Nuts, absolutely nuts. So let's refresh this, see what images, have a look at some images, see what you guys have been doing. Like I said, every week on a Monday I post a share a shoot post. So on Monday I ask you guys to post your images in there, and one week I'll just give text feedback, and then the other week I'll do a live stream like this and go through and give feedback live on stream like this as well. So if there's any questions or anything like that, then feel free to let me know, and I will. It can be on or off topic. It's just us hanging out. It's nothing too crazy. But yeah, let's have a look, see what we got in here tonight. Let's have a look. We got Dave trying to get us banned straight off the bat. Love it. So we got a few images in here. Get through. Okay. Right. So let's have a look then. So Dave, so sneaking one in at the last minute. One light, no modifier. Outside camera left. A spur of the moment shoot. Another photographer was shooting her at my place. This was late afternoon and the sun wasn't being my friend, so I had to create my own lighting test in the comments. So one light, no modifier, outside. So what is this, Dave? So is this a light outside, or this is no light outside? Sorry, we get one light, no modifier, outside, camera left, and this is ambient light. Oh, okay. So this is the ambient light, and then you've taken a shot with a strobe as well, and this is the difference. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Let's move that microphone so I can actually use the keyboard. Let's take this. Have a quick look in Photoshop. Let's see what we got. Let's sort out this stream. There we go. Okay. So let's just have a look a minute. I think this is okay. I just want to check that we can't just correct some of the lines in this. I think it's okay, but I just want to see if what the hell is this shit. I'm sure that was useful. You can tell how often I use camera raw. Let's have a look. yeah, I was just worried about some of these lines here on the left. Let's have a look. If you don't want to go too far, I think you could get away with that. Okay. Okay. So let's first just lighten this up a little bit. Let's give us some data to work with. Get these cables off my keyboard. Honestly, you guys would not believe the state of my desk. Let's have a look. So we got some of this. Got a little bit of discoloration and stuff here in the hair. Let me just try something first. Let's have this. Let's just raise the shadows first. I'm just going to create a curves layer, and then I'm just going to use the apply image in here. So at the moment we've got the highlight selected. Let's just inverse that. So we've got the shadows selected, and let's just raise up my shadows a little bit. Okay, let's grab the channel mixer here. Let's see what we got. Let's clean that up. Let's clean that up already. Let's just try to warm it up first. Give it a little bit of because we've got some of these greens and stuff in here which I'm really trying to get rid of. So we've got some greens down in that corner over there, and kind of in the hair there. I just wanted to see if we could warm it up just to get rid of them, right, and to lock not only these colors, skin tones, and hair, trying to lock everything into the same palette. Okay. Those of you who don't know, this is a channel mixer. In the drop down here, we're just using the different channels. So I just kind of want to see what we can get away with here. Let's try that. Let's try the green. You can just come in and start working on the blue, but I do prefer just to create a new channel and come down to the blue here. I just want to see if we can freshen up some of these whites. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. That's nice. Yeah, that's good. That's looking good. That's looking good. Okay. Just taking out some of that. So that's done a bunch, to be fair. That's done a bunch, yeah. Let's just see a second. I wanna. Just kind of curious. Let's play with that a little bit, just to soften up some of those. Too much. I think that could work. And then, I mean, lastly, if you wanted, you could come in with a curve here and just brighten up even more if you wanted to. But I think that's, you know, I'd probably play with that. I'd maybe get a little bit more of a glow going on here, just a little bit of a haze coming in. I could definitely see that working. But I think in terms of just tightening it up a little bit, like the only kind of thing that I would I feel like it's a bit top heavy here in the image. What I would maybe try and do is I'm just going to cheat a little bit and bring that down. Just extend that up there. I'm just going to hit Shift Delete, and it's just going to bring up this, and it's just going to use AI just to add that in. Okay, so I just looking at it, it just felt a bit top heavy. You can go back a little bit, something like that. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So look, I think that's helped a little bit. A little bit of fun. Warmed it up. Tightened up the palette. Warmed up the skin. I think that's working. Oh, is it Shrove Tuesday? Is it Dave? Oh my god, I didn't realise. Yeah. Gotcha. Des is worse. I know. I don't know, Miriam. I honestly don't know. Yeah. It just needs to be everything removed and put back. Yeah, it's bad. Very bad. I did not realise it was Pancake Day. I'm terrible for stuff like that. So Liz here. So Liz says, shot with Neo 3. I know, Simon, you had 2 live streams in a row. Yeah. I got a shoot tomorrow, so I think I'm going to order pizza tonight and just have that tomorrow, because I've got a late night seminar in the US at midnight tomorrow. So it's gonna be a long day tomorrow. I got a shoot during the day, and then a seminar at midnight. So I think I'm just gonna get pizza. So Liz says, shot with Neo 3, the blue gel, and then Neo 3 with the orange gel, and then a third light is the face light. Just trying to get better at beauty portraits, really. Okay. It's looking cool. Yeah. Like it a lot. So skin work is really good here, Liz. Yeah, skin work's really good, and so we can see, here we got like the orange Neo on the floor there. We got the blue coming in from this side, and then we can see where the key light is, which is the like the white spot there. So what's kind of sort of just not sitting 100% with me is the kind of exposures and shadows here. So one thing we may want to consider doing is to try and bring that white light, that key light up like almost a little bit higher and more centralized, so that we've got some shape and shadows to work with on the face. So at the moment we can see that we have that nose shadow going almost directly off to the side there. So we kind of want to be just mindful of that shadow going down a little bit more. So either having that chin up and then having that one white light up a little bit higher. The benefit of that white light being up a little bit higher is that as soon as we start to bring that white light up higher, we'll start to generate shadows within the image, right? So as soon as that key light comes up higher, we'll start to maybe see some shadows, here under the nose, like here and that sort of stuff, underneath the face here. Hopefully a little bit more shape on the cheek and stuff here. So as soon as that key light comes up, we'll start to create some of these shadows. Now, as soon as we do that, that then enables us to then start coloring those shadows with these colored lights, right? So the golden rule is you can only apply a gel to a shadow. So that's the golden rule of using colored lights. So when we do that, we're able to when we add shadows with our key light being up nice and high sometimes, and you'll see some of my shots that the key light and the model has almost got her chin up quite a lot, and that's so that we're really casting very defined shadows, and then I can fill in those shadows with that color. So then we can start to bring our orange down a little bit lower and closer, and then we can start to fill in those shadows with the orange. So just something to think about in terms of, take a shot with each of these lights on and see what each of them is doing. If they're layering on top of one another, just see if we can tweak them a little bit and move them in a little bit closer or further up and that sort of thing, just so we can cast a few more shadows. That will, having that extra shadow and stuff and shape on her face will be more beautifying as well. But I will say that the retouching you've done here is spot on. Like, the skin looks immaculate without looking plastic. I think you've done a really good job with that. Yeah, absolutely spot on. Jesus Christ, Simon. TED Talk, mate. So Simon says this was from a time for print fashion shoot I did over the weekend. Model drove the brief and brought a makeup artist and stylist. Was interesting seeing what a pro makeup artist can do and how much time they need to get the results. I was drastically underestimating. It's all about the shimmer, blur, holography and glitter on top of natural looks, so very minimal retouching. Yeah, it is a blessing and a curse for photographers. You know, obviously if you're doing beauty work and headshots and that sort of thing, makeup artist is gonna, you know, save you time. You know, you find Simon. Yeah, I'm only joking. Yeah, so makeup artists can save you a lot of time in terms of getting the skin correct, less retouching, right? Especially if you're doing beauty shots, headshots, and that sort of thing. But if you've got minimal shooting time, it's like a toss-up, right? Between, well, I could get like 5 setups done, but because we've got a makeup artist here today, we'll probably only get 3 setups done. So it's you know, I have sometimes encouraged a makeup artist not to be there just because I'm like, oh, I want to get these 5 ideas done. We're just not going to have the time to do it with the makeup artist. And don't get me wrong, I mean, Liz comes in here as well and says, yeah, 45 minutes for makeup, salon speed if you catwalk is 15-20 minutes. Yeah, so you can try and push that, and yeah, like 20 minutes for makeup, that's a very, very impressive makeup artist. But then, you know, it's a serious experience. Sometimes it can go far longer than 45 minutes though. So there's a simple clamshell lighting with ungel beauty edition umbrella. There's a couple of blue and CTB gels in the umbrellas above. There's rim lights, but they are having such a limited effect, they probably don't even matter. The LED tube you mentioned last week, impulse control. What's that? Oh, nice. You got the tube. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna be using those tomorrow, man. Yeah. Yeah, awesome. It's in our hands and providing enough ambient light so to soften and blur the right hand side of the face. 0.3 second exposure. Okay, yeah, and I can just see this little bit of movement here. Yeah. I think that works to give the image a sharp, soft contrast. Yeah, I like that idea, Simon. Yeah, I do like that idea of mixing flash and ambient. You know, I'm a fan of that. I think just having that sense of movement in a shot can be huge. Just to give it a little bit more of a, I don't know, just give it a little bit more of organic, a little bit of a life to it. You know. Where do we get to? Contrast and encourage the eye to rest on the lip, cheek, eye makeup. There's also a bit of post-processing with Nick to manage the colour and contrast, add a bit of bokeh and do a light touch of colour grading to deepen that emphasis. I could put my website link up, but I haven't touched it in years now, right? Yeah, I doubt anybody has even actually looked at it. Let me know if you need some time filler during the stream. Yeah, nice. Yeah. So yeah, this is looking good, and love the idea and the concept of trying to mix that ambient and flash and have this. Those of you that can't see that, we have this little bit of movement and stuff here, which is really nice. So one thing, you know, I would say about this is just spend, because this is really, really tricky with regards to retouching with these tubes right now. I don't know. I don't know, but like maybe the tube comes up here, right? So like we have this kind of, I don't know how much light we have below and how much light we have above. So I'm just trying to work out where the light is falling on her here. That being said, as a result of that, we have some funky things going on with just some of the skin sort of smudges there, which we can sort out. Let's just show people real quick. New layer, change to soft light, fill with 50% grey, and then create a curves layer. Change that to multiply, add a hue saturation, strip all the color out. Cool. Okay, so what we're looking at here is these kind of like almost blotchy effects, right? So I'm just going to come in here with a white brush on that grey layer that we've just made. And let's see. I'm just going to see if we can, with a white brush, to see if we can just even those out a little bit. I don't have my tablet plugged in, so I apologize for the incessant clicking of the mouse. So what that curves layer does is it just adds contrast. It's not doing anything fancy. I'm just going to delete that hue saturation layer in a second, as well as the curves layer. This is really just so that, like, this is what we call check layers, so we can see exactly what's going on in the image without us being distracted by color, right? So we can just soften the eye bags up there a little bit. And again, it could well just be the result of the kind of odd lighting, not odd, you know, as in bad, odd as in just like different, right? So we're just trying to even that out a little bit. I'm switch to the black paint here just to fill these in. So this is not ideal. I'll spend a little bit of time on it. It would be less blotchy if I was using a proper tablet, but I just wanted to show you roughly what I mean. So I'm just zooming out like that just to get more of an overview. So you can see like with that off and on, you can see what I've done there. Okay, and again, you can see the difference there. Okay, so now you can see we've got a little bit of discoloration there. We can just fix that with a brand new layer, change that to color, and come in there, just choose something like that, 30%. And just even out that skin tone. There you go. Okay, so again, you can just see just clearing up the face a little bit, just to even it out. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, that's why I was quizzing you about the monster tree. Yeah, did you get them, Simon? Did you get them? Do they work? Monster rings? Is that what you were using, or did you just get it to hold it in the end? Yeah. So next up we got Candice here, dabbling in using a projector. I have been watching all the 70 to 80 drug cartel movies and wanted to do a funky feel using a good old ring light overhead and an ice light reflecting off a V-flat. Okay, nice. Yeah, cool. Someone says, I think that might be some of the contrast filters emphasizing some of the detail unintentionally. I think going in and doing some frequency separation ought to resolve that. Thank you. Did they go on the tube, but nothing I've got will actually hold the tube. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'm fortunate at the moment that I've got C-stands, because at the moment I've got I've just bought threads to thread into the Munson clips, and then those clips go into the actual knuckles of the C-stand. But yeah, if you don't have those C-stands, then yeah, you're right, it is a bit of a pain. And I mean, you just have to get actual clamps or something like that. Yeah. Hey Paul, how you doing, man? I'll refresh that in a second. So let's have a look at Candice's work here then. Let's just bring this in. So I just wanted to have a look at just lightening this up just a touch. I understand where she's going with this with regards to that, darker, moodier 70s vibe. I just want to see about lightening this up a little bit. In terms of the lighting setup that she was referring to, I know I skipped over it there, but I think it was actually pretty bang on. She's saying here, using a projector on the background, and then she's used a ring light overhead. So you don't need a ring light. It's going to be just the same as any light overhead. The ring light really only does its one job of being around the lens, but you can you can certainly use it overhead like she's doing there, because it does create like the right dimension and shape on the subject, which is cool. And then she's got an ice light reflecting off of E-flat, so I'm guessing that ice lights are the LED tubes, right? The posh ones. I think that's what they are, and I presume that's got this sort of like purpley hue on it as well, which is nice. Okay, so I just want to have a look at just maybe lightening this up just a touch. So I've just selected the subject here. Let's see. I just feel like, can we not then? Okay. There we go. Okay, thank you. Don't need that. That's fine. Okay, cool. Right, let's come in here. So we're just going to fine tune this just a tiny bit. Those of you who don't know, you're just going to select a mask and then hold the shift key when you're actually hitting select a mask with the mouse. You see what I'm doing there? I'm going over this mesh, and it's actually realizing that it should be picking it through that mesh, picking up the background through that mesh. So it's actually done a really good job. Okay, so at the moment, yeah, it's done a really good job. So at the moment we've got this mask. So that's her. So if we wanted to, what I want to do first, I think I might actually inverse that and just darken that background just a touch, just even it out, and then I'll do it again. This time I'm just gonna brighten her. So at the moment I've got her there, so we can come in here and just tweak that up. And then we could do is, I kind of like where she's gone with the colouring already. I don't think we need to do too much to this. I do kind of like what we've got going on here. I'm just going to chrome up that skin a little bit with some of these highlights that I'm adding here in the green. Got to be careful with that blue, especially in the shadows. It's just going to make everything just really jump out. Okay, so I kind of like, I'm okay with this. At the moment, I feel like our eyes are being drawn to the shoulder here. So I'm just going to see if we can't just knock that back just a tiny bit. So at the moment, they've just done everything. Yeah, so I'm just going to knock that shoulder back, and then I may even just brighten up the face even more. So just come in here. And again, we don't want everything, so what we can do is we can grab the mask from before and put it in a group. Yeah, so we've got a group, and within that group, everything is masked of her body, and then what we can do is we can just paint on the face area now, just to bring her face out. Okay, so you can see, like, visually, look where your eyes go in this image, like before and after. See how her eyes are shifted more up towards her face now, as opposed to that shiny bright spot in the middle of the image there. See, our eyes are drawn up to her face immediately now by shifting that brightness. But yeah, otherwise I think it's a really cool shot. Really well done, and great to see the projector being used on creative shots like this. Yeah, really cool, Candice. Good job. Yeah, let's refresh that now. Oh, I will get to the end, Paul, and do it at the end. Yeah. Dave, this is looking cool, man. So I know you're probably got a face full of pancakes at the moment, mate, but so Dave says, a throwback to nearly 2 years ago, my early endeavours with modelling and off-camera flash photography since the 8600 single 8600 in a 90cm octobox. Still one of my favourite shots from my second ever solo model shoot, even with cutting her feet off in dodgy light position. Shot with a cheap manual 12mm APS-C on a Sony A7R2. Gotcha. Okay. So what made you want to share this one, Dave, compared to something more recent then? I think it's a really cool shot. I'm just going to have a little bit of fun with it if you don't mind. Just pop this in here. Let's have a look. What can we do here? So looking at this image, what we want to do is we've got loads of data in this image. We've got tons of light to work with. Also got really bold colors. So we can see we got the red hair, and we got the reds here in the boots and the stockings here. We've got this kind of weird color of the smoke here. We've got some greens and stuff going on. So in my mind, I'm thinking, right, I want to punch up these blues. I want to see if we can lock these reds-ish, like these warmer tones together. Okay. So let's select the subject here. Let's see. Photoshop did a pretty good job. Yeah. Let's have a look. Just mask this or refine this just real quick. Oh, it's looking pretty good. Let's come down here. Is that? I think that's fine. Okay. Okay, cool. Right, so we got that. So now we can come in here, and so at the moment we've got her. We want the opposite, right? So we're just gonna inverse that, and we can come in here. So let's darken down that background a little bit. Let's make us, and that pops her forward, right? So let's darken that down. Okay, and so let's just have a look at a color pass first, because I'm not over the moon about this like greens and stuff here. Okay, so we're kind of getting there, but now we've got worried about her face there a second. So let's switch this from just regular to color. So we specifically just want to target the color, right? So we switch this to color. Let me just fine tune that a second. So like coming down here with the hand tool, you just try to target this area, especially if you know what color it is, right? And you can go, right, I want that area to be, less yellow, less blue, something like that. So I'm just going to tweak this a tiny bit. Let's see. Okay, so we just turn that off and on. Okay, we're kind of getting there. Yeah. Her face is a bit overexposed. So I'm just going to see if I can knock that back a tiny bit. Yeah. Okay, so now we want to start playing with some of these colors. All right, so let's see. Come in here, maybe the green. Okay, so that's punching up these. That's getting there. Let's get in there. Okay, so we still got those blues, and we're punching those reds together. Yeah, so we're starting to bring these together now. I'm just going to create another thingy, channel mixer, and see if we can just tweak these reds now, just to really punch them out. That's looking good. Let's see. Yeah, let's come back to the green. Let's just double check we can't fine tune that. Okay. Okay. So that's actually done a lot. That's done a lot to kind of lock these colors into the same vibe, right? And look at all these colors around here and here as well. Like look at everything in general. Really punching those forward. So one thing, like, we weren't able to match them with the channel mix of these reds. So I'm just going to see if we can't work on that smoke separately, right? So let's grab that. So we've got the background selected, and I'm going to grab a selective color. So now what we can do is we can target specific colors and specific colors alone in here. So at the moment it should, there you go, so it's just targeting the red. So we can see, we can darken that down and start playing around with some of these colors here. Ooh, it's looking good, it's looking good. Get in there. Get in there. Yeah. That's almost, let me just see if I can just duplicate that. Ooh, there we go. Okay, so just, you know, sometimes if you can't go enough in one, you can duplicate it. So then maybe a bit strong. Dial that back a little bit. And how are we feeling about those buildings back there? Like, have they gone a bit too red? Maybe they have. Let's just pop them in a group. So now they're in a group, we can add a mask to that that's separate from these masks. And now we can just, with black paint, we can just kind of just come in here and just take the edge off. The red shift in some of the buildings here. Really just focus on that smoke. Okay. Okay. So for the most part, I think we're good to go. Liking that. Just going to do a final curve just to check everything's locked back into place, because we've worked on both the background and the foreground. So now this final curve is just to try and lock everything back in place. And I'm looking at this black leather here on the front. It's just got some discoloration in it. I just want to see or check that it's as clean as we can. Just pop those whites. Okay, and let's have a look. Okay, yeah, okay. I like that. Okay, so she's really pumped forward now. We've really tightened up that color palette. We've really got just a lot of deep reds and you know, even just dipping off into the origin stuff here. So we've really tightened that up. So if we look where we were before, this is the before and this is the after. Just really sort of trying to double down on the story within this image as well. You know, this is not this is not a delicate, you know, prancing in the daffodil fields type shot. So, you know, darkening it down and just really punching up those colors, getting rid of those greens and bringing out those reds. Yeah. That's actually turned out real nice. Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. Yeah. Oh, that's right, Dave. Yeah. I forgot you did those. Yeah. Yeah, no worries, man. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it. Yeah. Dave says it popped up again recently as it got front page on a magazine. Been running lighting workshops this week, so I haven't shot myself. Turn up empty-handed. Gotcha. Yeah. All good, man. All good. So let's look at Anders here. So Anders has got, this is from an October shoot, but I did the retouch today. Main light is a strobe and a beauty dish and a butterfly position. Those of you who don't know, just up in the middle there, 45 degrees. Another strobe with blue gel acting as fill light from below and two continuous lights on the background with orange and red. 2 second shadow time. I struggle a little bit with this kind of fill light. I would like it to hit the shadow parts of the face a little more. I think I used an umbrella in this shot. Maybe I have it too close to the model. I think this is a good idea. This is great. I mean, this is certainly one of my favorite setups as well. And I think this is good, man. Yeah, I don't think I don't think there's anything wrong with this. Like we can definitely see the blue there. You're going to see more blue if she wasn't wearing black as well, you know, or if she's wearing something shiny, we start to see more of the specular highlights on the, you know, on the outfit as well. She's also quite busty as well, so it's going to stop some of the blue, some of the fill light from going underneath the chin. As soon as you start to move that light further away, like you suggested, I mean, you know, it's a sensible suggestion, but as soon as you start to do that, we start to get more blue light on the front of the face, and that starts to interact with this key. So I would say this is looking a decent position. The only thing that's going to really change it is going to be like her pose and what she's wearing. Yeah. So Anders has posted his website here. Let's have a look. He says sorry, it's only in Swedish, but Google's going to help us out. Nice, thank you, Google. So opening it up here, this is cool. So the first page, straight into the action. Get to see exactly the type of images that Anders shoots, which is good. Real simple, clean, clear. Just, you know, a couple of sentences of exactly what he's doing, where he's based, sort of things he likes to shoot, sort of things he does shoot. I think this is super clean. Yeah, I think it's clean. I think it's good. Yeah. You know, you can get to the images within a single click. Nice big full-size images as well when we're going through. Yeah. I think one thing that might be nice here is like a thumbnail version, because, you know, I'm scrolling through Zoom and the images are great, of course, but most of the time people are going to get like 5, 6, 7, and they're like, okay, they're going to move on. So if there was anything that was more relevant to what they wanted, like down here, it was like, okay, this is actually outside male portraits is what I was after. May not have come across it, you know, if it's down there. So like maybe thumbnails at the start, just to sort of give an overview. Love these trousers. They're cool, man. I need to get some. Not for me. For the shoots. Yeah. Yeah, good stuff, man. Okay, yeah. Very, very clean and clear. What's the start button here? So what's this then? So where did we go then when we arrived? I know we come from Facebook, but what's the start thing? Which is just an overview type thing. Okay, just like an overview. Okay, we've got an about me there. Oof, moody. I like it. And then a little bit short and sweet. Nice. And then contact, get in touch. Perfect. Look, I think I think in terms of photographic websites and a client coming across, like immediately they're going to know the sort of work that you shoot, right? I also kind of like, this is kind of a weird one, but I kind of like the fact that you have these images cut off here. It encourages people to scroll. Sometimes this is kind of a weird one, but like you see a website like this, and you just go, okay, yeah, we just do boom, 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 right? This seems like a weird thing, I know, but having it laid out like this, where it's clear that there's more below, is useful. I know that seems weird, but yeah, testing it on different browsers and that sort of thing can be good. But yeah, having these images cut in half like this is actually a good thing, in my opinion, not a bad thing, because people are like, oh no, that's, you know, it's ruined them. It's like, oh, that's nice and clean. I know, but people may not see this. So I think having the images the way that you've got it here is good. And very clear genres of the type of stuff that you shoot. Not overwhelming, not weddings, babies, glamour. You know, just like keeping it to a handful. I think it's good. Yeah. Actually made the galleries at the start page. It's a little bit confusing. Yeah, I was just curious. Yeah, I don't think we need that. I just assumed that when people came to the website, this is where they came first. I think this is definitely a better landing page here, just because people just want to get straight into it. And, you know, and I think these images here give you an overview. And I remember you sharing this a million years ago. That's nuts. Yeah, I remember you sharing this. Oh, that doesn't work. Do these work? Are they supposed to open up, or am I just being impatient? Oh, do they open? That's weird, right? Oh, they just weren't loading. Weird. I'm sure it's just me. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember these. You posting these. That's nuts, man. Yeah, going back. Yeah, beautiful retouch on that. Yeah, nice. Okay. Yeah, good job, man. Yeah, real good job. Yeah, this is the one I was looking at. Yeah, it takes me back. It was a while ago. Yeah, this is cool. Yeah. Good stuff, man. Yeah, good stuff. Cool. Nice. I don't know what it was, Anders. Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. Maybe it's just because I'm streaming and like there was a lot of bits going up and down. I don't want to get too technical, of course, but no, they did open it. Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, it was weird. Maybe I was just doing that idiot thing of clicking too many times, like your dad looking at your website going, "It's not working. Stop clicking everything down. Stop it." Yeah, real good, man. Yeah, real good. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, good stuff. So next we've got Annie. Oh, this is looking good, Annie. This is a big difference to the image you shared last week. Yeah, it's huge. I love this. Beauty Dish used and Neo 3 used as the sparkle light into a glass. Looks like I also used a fill light on a catch light as well. Okay, so you say we got a Neo 3 used as the sparkle light into the like the foreground here. So did you have it set to like purple or something like that, Annie? And it's creating this sort of like foreground stuff. Is that right? That's really cool if you did. Yeah, really cool. And yeah, love the yeah, nice, Annie. That's a really good idea. Yeah, really nice idea. Yeah. I guess you're holding the glass and then the Neo is on a stand, right? You're not holding like three things at once. Really cool idea, and I think a lot of people overlook that. So if you missed it, what Annie's doing is she's taking the shot. She's holding like a wine glass or something like that in front of the lens, and then she's got a light set to purple, and then that purple is fired into the glass, basically into the lens. So a lot of people, when they're holding stuff in front of the lens, they just think that they can just hold it in the lens, it's going to do something. It just looks a bit weird, right? What Annie's done here is really nicely chosen the color that integrates with the scene, and then that is what's being picked up in the glass. So that Neo is only lighting that glass in front of the lens, which I think is really well done, really nicely done. And I think the retouch and Photoshop here is light years above what we had from last week. So really nice to see that big difference. I love the color grade that you've gone for here. Really nice. Yeah, I'm sure she loved that. Yeah, really good job. Yeah. Tough. Hey, no worries, Anders. Yeah, thank you for sharing it. I appreciate that. It's good to. It's funny, man. Like seeing those images, because I obviously remember them from when we'd done share shoots over the years and that sort of stuff, and seeing some of those from way back. It's good, man. Yeah, it's good. Right, let's have a look at. So this is what Marylee's Productions. So this is not. So you're not using your name then, Annie. Okay. So we open up. We just got one image here, and then we got a couple down there. Okay. So we got, and then here we got some text as the different galleries and that sort of thing. Okay. Who? My full name is Mary. Okay. That's cool. Okay. So who makes your website, Annie? Who's it? Do you make it yourself? Is it like WordPress, or is it just something that somebody's done for you? Or yeah, who's done this? I don't think it's Squarespace or anything like that, but so you do it. Okay, cool. Do you enjoy doing websites, Annie? Is it something that you're like, oh yeah, I love getting in there and playing with the code and making sure it's all looking good and that sort of stuff? Is that like one of your part-time passions, as it were, or is it like, what, this is it's something that I have to do to showcase my work. I don't really, it's just a hassle. Yeah, just curious as to what your thoughts on it are. I'm just going to see what Annie says here just before I launch into my feedback about this. So we got home. So we got clear stuff here, and then we got different ways of contacting, types of sessions that you got here. Okay. Oh, that's cool. I haven't seen that one. Haven't seen that before. That's cool. Love the grade you've got on that. That's nice. Yeah. Okay, so we've got some of the sort of the more of the niche stuff that you're sort of known for, especially in your area as well. These are cool. Yeah, these are great. Nice. Okay. I know, Vlad, right? Yeah, I did mine this week as well. I only managed to get three new sets up in the last 6 months, but yeah. So I don't know whether Annie heard me or whether she's busy or whether she's typing an essay or whatever it is. But look, if you're not passionate about the website itself, then my knee-jerk reaction here, Annie, is that your work is better than the website portrays, as it were. I feel like the website feels a little bit dated with the design and that sort of thing, and that's totally fine. Like, it's not. It takes time and hassle, especially to update it and that sort of thing. And I think the images are perhaps hidden a little bit. And I know that this is you and that sort of thing, but I don't think that this is a good, like a strong representation of the sort of work that you do. Maybe even bring these up to the top. I know it's like fun to have the you there on the front page coming in, but this is not representative of the sort of work that you do if you're a client coming to it as well. So, and look, you've got great images. I just think it would be awesome to see them showcased a little bit better than they are at the moment. I guess it depends on how many clients you think are using your website, or whether it's like, everybody just goes to Instagram anyway, and I haven't used my website in years, so it's not really something that I'm spending a lot of my time on. But you got some incredible images here, just absolutely incredible images, and like at the moment, that's just not being showcased, I don't think, by coming into your website straight off. So I think we should, even if you don't want to update the font and the style of it or something, you want to keep control of it, I would maybe at least say bring some of these beautiful images. Where are these horse ones anyway? They're just not updated yet on the website. But yeah, maybe maybe bring some of those and bring them onto the forefront of the website. Some of these are beautiful shots, and this one as well it's really cool. Yeah, so having some of these powerful shots as you come in could be really nice, especially seeing as we've got that black and white image of you, and you don't really shoot black and white either. So look, I hope I haven't offended you in any way, and I am being honest with you, because I know we've spent a little bit of time working training wise in the past as well. So I'm just trying to be honest with you here, and just give it a little bit of a refresh, bring in some of those amazing images that you've got, bring them to the front, and you just welcome people into the site. That's all. Yeah. Hopefully that makes sense. Loving this new work as well. Really cool. Yeah, really cool. So we're coming up to Tony's shot here. Here's another image from last week's shoot. I've done a color grade. Is the style you described? I like how modifying the greens gives more harmony to the image and makes the close pop a bit, which is good as Emily actually sells these. Oh, okay. So those of you that weren't here for last week's stream, Tony submitted an image, I think, from this shoot, and we were playing around with the colours and the grade, and he was saying that I like how modifying the greens gives more of a harmony in the image. So we're trying to tighten up the palette and bring them together a little bit more. So he says, yeah, not at all, happy to hear it, and I will kick my ass into gear and showcase better. Yeah, look, that's a modern photographer, right? You got to be an ad agent. You got to be marketing development. You got to be website development. You got to be client liaison. You got to be receptionist. You got to be, and like somewhere in there, you got to take some pictures at some point. Yeah, look, I know what it's like. Yeah, it's different today, man. Different today. That's for sure. Oh, look at that. What a great colour grade. Right, so it's all good. I just want to have a little bit. We kind of did this before. I just wanted to just have a quick pass at this just to show Tony just an alternative here. Okay. Just want to take just tweak this a little bit here. I barely touched that. That's nuts. Okay, so I just want to take it back a little bit, and then we can come in and just have a quick look at these colors once again. So we're not there yet, but you can kind of see where I'm going, right? Just trying to bring out some of these more of a luxurious tone to it, with these kind of golds and matching some of these golds and stuff here in the background. We're not quite there yet, but let's just come back here. I haven't played with the red yet, but let's just see. You go like colorblind for a second, where you're just staring at something for so long, your eye can't see the changes. Right, let's do one more with the red. Let's just see. I think I prefer it before, actually. Okay. So yeah, just really just coming in and just having a little bit of a play with that, and just playing with those colors. It seems very bright as well, so I could see it starting to fall apart when I started to push that too much. But I think for the most part, you guys get the idea of where I was going with it. Yeah, I was just trying to see if I could save those reds, but we can't. Yeah, so just trying to take off just this almost looks like a cast as opposed to a color grade, right? So this feels like a color cast as opposed to, and I think with the full file we'd be able to bring out these golden browns and stuff, and especially these almost like jade greens and that sort of thing. We could definitely do that, but here I think was just sort of struggling with the data limit just because it is pretty bright. But yeah, hopefully you kind of see what I mean, just in terms of the difference between like a color cast and a color grade, right? Just looking a little bit yellow overall, that's all. Okay, right, so we've got Vlad's one here. I know I haven't forgotten you, Paul. We'll refresh in a second. So Vlad says, I've redone my website from ground up a few months ago. Oh, nice, fair play to you. And it's now outdated in terms of photography. What a great place to be, Vlad. Hey, lucky you, mate. Yeah, lucky you. What a phenomenal place to be. Also, I'm thinking of doing something stupid and would like to hear some opinions. All my lenses collection is AFD era, and I'm tempted to get a Nikon Z body and adapter and proceed to shoot with manual focus and focus peeling to afford a full upgrade. I mean, that's not a cheap change though, is it? Like to go like to the Nikon Z. That's true, Vlad. Why is it your images are normally at the bottom? That is weird. That's bizarre. Anyway, yeah. So the Nikon Z is Nikon Z. That's not cheap though. I mean, you're not just better off kind of waiting to get. And what is your full upgrade that you're after anyway? Mobile lenses are D era, and I'm tempted to get a Nikon Z body and adapter and proceed to shoot with manual focus and focus. So what you're saying is that you want to get the body and you want to wait till you can afford to get the lenses for it as well. So you want to use the Nikon Z body long term, but you just can't get the lenses at the moment. Is that what you mean? This is a really cool shot. This is absolutely nailed it in terms of that cinematic vibe that you're going for. Love the color grade with that golden green. Actually kind of difficult to do. I think you've done it really well here. This halation and stuff that you've got going is gorgeous. So is this done in camera with the lens, Vlad? Is that the lenses that you've got is creating this halations and stuff on these highlights? Because it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Yeah. I'm quite confused at the moment. I like the AFD image lack of quality, but they won't autofocus on mirrorless. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I mean, having the focus peaking and that sort of thing is handy. I think it depends how quickly or like the style of and a pace that you like to work at as well. Because I've got auto peaking on mine, and maybe it's because because you're using it with the mirror up, so you take the picture and because you're in live view essentially, so it's a slow process. I tend to just stick it out with the manual focus and use my eyes, but having the focus peaking is obviously a huge plus. Yeah. Because sometimes if you keep the AFD body for the shallow depth of field work and use Z when you can use narrow apertures. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing as well. Like selling kit is almost a false economy these days. I know people do it, but I think I have my kit for so long that by the time it comes to updating, like selling the old kit is just a waste of time. It's just hasn't got any value to it. So I usually just keep it as a spare anyway. But yeah, I don't know what sort of value you get for your older stuff. So like Simon says there, just keep the AFD body for the shallow depth of field work as well. Yeah, could be an idea. Yeah. Whilst Vlad's typing his memoirs there, let's have a look, see what Simon says up here. After seeing you go through Annie's and Anders' work, I'm starting to feel curious now. How much work do you think I need to put into updating my website? Just before I jump into that, Simon, so halation is in Dehancer. Nice. We were playing with that the other day, right? And I was impressed with that. I was impressed. How much did you pay for Dehancer, Vlad? Was I right in thinking that it was like $120 or something like that? But also my lenses always has dirty UV filters with paint and other stuff, camera bloom and lack of sharpness. Gotcha. Okay. Give it another 10 years and I'll start picking up value again. Yeah, that's true, man. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Let's have a look at Simon's website here. Okay, so we're looking at the website, not the images, right, Simon? So you're just saying, like, in terms of the website, because you haven't updated the images. So, I would say we're pretty good. It adapts to what's going on there. We have these clear images here, which I think is cool. I would say just update like the fonts, really. Like the fonts look a little bit 1990s. So just update the fonts and maybe this banner and stuff here. If there's something that we could do with that to maybe just go with like pure grey as opposed to this sort of old grey sort of thing here. You could go with a block of colour though. You just need to work out what you were happy to go with long term. Have a little bit of a play. I mean, you know, even like a bold red or something. Just go strong in there at the top, you know, because it disappears. That's nice because the color disappears when you come in, right? When you start scrolling, so the color disappears. So you could have a bold color at the top, and that would fade out nicely. Yeah, that could be cool. It could be cool. So yeah, just, you know, update the font and change that color at the top there. Work. So what is in work? So I would just call that galleries or something like that, or portfolio or something like that. Just because that's a little bit misleading as to what that is, but that's not a big deal. Like the about, cool. I know it's agony, but if you can get a picture of you in there, it will help. I'm in contact, should just be a page. Perfect. Yeah, nice. Okay. Just get Chat GPT to clean this up, mate, and you'd be good to go. I need to. Was it Paul previous stream? He did it like for me in like 10 seconds. I was like, I think I might have to use what Chat GPT wrote about me. Yeah. But yeah, I honestly, I don't think you need to do too much work to this at all, mate. Yeah, you do that in an hour. Yeah. Clean it up. That'd be good. So also my website is in the comments of the image. Oh, sorry, man. Comments of the image. What? Also, my website is in the comments of that image. Can't talk about Hearts of Price. Can't talk about it. What do you mean you can't talk about it? Where's the comments in here? Facebook. Are we good? Facebook. Can we see that comment? Do we think? What? Type it in again, Vlad. What the hell's going on? Type it in again. Yeah, it's not showing. Yeah. It says it's got one comment there, but yeah. I'm not mad, right? That is there. Anyway. Yeah, type it in again, yeah. Or just type it in here, yeah. I mean, I think, yeah, no, I'm in all here. Oh, where's Paul's? There we go. Paul's in there. Now Vlad's is gone. Sorry, mate, had your chance. Oh, no, there it is. It's down here. Yeah, there's a reply there. We can't see it. Oh, we did it. Did we do it? So was Facebook hiding that? Was that what it was? So Facebook was actually hiding that because they thought you were doing something dodgy, as opposed to everybody else's actually put a website and theirs wasn't hidden. That's interesting. Yeah. What's this all about? What's this? I got to type it myself. Man, these tough times, man. Oh shit. To your question, Simon, is it clear those are clickable going to the galleries? Yeah, it is clear, because as soon as they're massive, and as soon as you hover over them, they change. So yes, I think it's definitely clear. Yeah, I mean, you could have text underneath them if you wanted, you know, just to sort of smarten it up a little bit, just to give it a little bit of breathing room, rather than just being the images. You know, could work. Yeah, but no, I think it's definitely visible as it obvious for sure. Yeah. I know, Vlad. No, yeah, no, Vlad. You know, I understand where you were going with that, but apparently, Apparently everybody else was fine. It was just you trying to be clever. Was like, check this guy out. Just hide him. Yeah. Exactly, Simon. Yeah, I think Facebook was like, yeah, no, this guy's dodgy. And these are awesome, man. This is great. Yeah, bang, straight in here. So those of you that was kind of mentioning about fonts and those sort of things, kind of a difficult one. I'm not a font master or anything like that. So or designer or anything like that. So it's kind of difficult for me to explain what I mean. But yeah, these are updating the fonts for sure. So coming into Vlad's here, nice and clean. Feels a bit more modern in terms of the font and design that he's got here. Yeah, really nice, really nice. Images look great. Yeah, images look great. I think somebody's at the door with the pizza. Just give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to check my wife's got it. 2 seconds. Cool. 2 seconds. Yeah. So those of you guys talking about fonts and that sort of stuff. This looks modern. I like this a lot. I think it's really cool. It's interesting that you've gone for a slightly off black background when a lot of your film edges are black. I think it works, and I think that the fact that these move when we come over knows that we can come in and enlarge these. What service do you use? Are you using Squarespace or? Yeah, these are looking great, man. These are looking really cool. Yeah. Beautiful work, Vlad. Beautiful work. Yeah, incredible stuff, mate. Yeah, awesome job. Yeah, love it. Mentorship. Hello, what's going on here then? Get touch there. Got portfolio, which is like the front page. We've got the blog. So blogs at the top. Interesting. Okay. Hey, look. Check out Vlad's blog, guys. Get in there. Get some knowledge. Looks like got some good stuff in there. I'll have to have a look. I haven't actually looked at your blog, Vlad. I'll have to look. Yeah. You love these. From this to this, love it. Nice. That's cool. Anyway. Yeah, this is looking good, man. Yeah, really good. I mean, again, it feels really cohesive. It all feels like it's coming from the same guy. Modern, easy to navigate, know exactly what's going on. Yeah, good job, buddy. Good job. Yeah, love it. The only thing is, I'm not sure who your client is, right? Who are you trying to sell to? Are you trying to sell to somebody? Are you just having fun with it at the moment? It's just a portfolio, because at the moment we don't know what you sell, right? We don't know if I was to come onto your website and was going, this guy's work awesome. Does he do portraits? Does he work on movies and stuff? Like, how can we what sort of things are you doing? Or if you're like, I'm just showcasing images, and that's absolutely fine. Yeah. Because your about me is in the mentorship, is it? A portrait photographer. I'm passionate about sharing my knowledge and experience with others in the industry of mentorship programs for all levels of beginners. So I don't know whether you want like a little bit about me page or something like that as well. Something to think about. Yeah. So just give a little bit of background about you. Yeah. I was just checking that we were still live because I stepped away. I didn't know whether we were still live. Okay. So we got Paul's image to look at somewhere here, and then we can close it out. Something different. Okay. This is cool. Have you moved yet, Paul? If you're still there, are you in a bigger studio now? Let's have a look at Paul's website here a second. Oh, it's looking fancy. I like it. Who does your website, Paul? All right. So next week. Okay. We can move next week. So Paul's gone for like a website in one page sort of thing, which is actually kind of, it's a Wix site. Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, so when I say website all on one page, it is what I mean by that is we are naturally drawn to like scrolling down. So we kind of naturally don't stop, which is why these one page sites are very useful. So like we're just drawn naturally into the website. So mine isn't like this, but I do kind of like the I do find it interesting how often I fall for it, right? Because because like Paul says, there's different pages here as to what's going on, and is it loading on the fly here? Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So he's got these pages here, but I do like the fact that it's all on one page like this at the start, because it just draws us naturally down through the site. And you're right, there's more pages there, but more often than not, people will just come to this first page, and maybe they'll go further from there. Yeah. So I actually really like it. I think it flows really nicely, and yeah. I almost wonder whether having something at the bottom here, like see more of my work here or whatever, in terms of having these things at the bottom, just because we are naturally just going to be driven to the bottom itself, which is cool. It's kind of clean though. Again, font and typography, nice and clean, modern, not intrusive at all. I think it's good, man. I think it's good. Yeah, nice. Yeah, really good. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah. So you've gone for this off greenish grey as well. Is that same as Simon's? Yeah. Parallax scrolling on one-page sites can look amazing, especially when it lets the viewer peek in through the images behind the sections. Oh yeah, those ones. Yeah, they are cool. That does look really cool. Yeah, I know what you mean. Where it's almost got a depth to it, right? Where certain sections will move faster than others. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, can look really cool. Yeah. Those are your brand colors. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's clean, works. It's going to go with everything. You've got tons of images there that people can look at straight away. I think it's really nice. I think it's really nice, Paul. Yeah, good job. Yeah, it's good stuff. Contact, pretty straightforward. Boom. Portraiture. Yeah, nice. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, good stuff, man. Yeah, I like it a lot. I don't think there's nothing that jumps out at me that I would want to change here. That Wix is pretty good. Yeah, scales nicely. Yeah, I like this Q&A that you've got throughout your website. I think it's really nice. Yeah, I think it works well. I kind of like that humanistic approach to it, like almost like your interview sort of thing. I like that style. Yeah, nice, good job, man. Yeah, I like that. That's cool, man. Yeah, really good. Excellent. Good, because it's brand new. Nice, mate. Imagine it's like, mate, what is this? Yeah, no, it definitely looks brand new, man. Yeah, good job. Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll do good. Yeah. The only thing I wasn't immediately aware that there was stuff below. That was the only thing that was I'd maybe have another couple of diamonds is the only feedback I would have here, so that we could definitely want to scroll down to see it. But just a couple more diamonds here. That was the only thing. Yeah. Wasn't immediately obvious to scroll. Yeah, so maybe 1, 2, and then 1 there. So you're definitely forced into the scroll. Yeah. I've thought about adding a scroll down arrow symbol. You could do. Yeah, could do. I would say just having a couple more images here, so that we want to see would be fine. I think. Yeah. think it's a desaturated teal. Is that what it is, Simon? Yeah, yeah, that's definitely what it looks like. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Yeah. Really, really good. Yeah. This is a cool shot as well, Paul. Yeah, nailed it, mate. Absolutely nailed it. Really clean retouch as well. Skin's looking good. Not grey. Looking crisp. Nice. Good stuff, man. Yeah, excellent. Wow. Yeah. Pleasure, guys. Yeah, it was good to see some of those websites. I'm glad you. I wasn't sure anybody was going to post one because I was like, nobody has a bloody website anymore. But yeah, thanks for sharing those. It's interesting to see what everybody's doing and looks and styles of what they're doing as well. Thanks for sharing the images. It's the time for you, Bradley, right? I suppose it's a weird kind of time for you as well. I mean, maybe the clocks change as well. So, but sadly, we are just about to end here. It's 9 o'clock here. Pizza's arrived. So yeah, I'm gonna shove off. I got some bits to sort out for the shoot tomorrow as well. I've got a long day tomorrow, so I'm gonna get that sorted. You separate your websites, do you? That's sensible as well. Yeah, I know a lot of people that do that, weddings and that sort of thing, and babies and stuff. Yeah, that's very different. Yeah, but I would say you're right to separate it 100%. Yeah, I think that's good. Those of you that missed that, Paul's got one website for his fashion and portraits and that sort of stuff, and then one website for his newborns and maternity and wedding stuff. Sensible. Yeah. That's a great looking website as well, mate. Yeah, again, fonts and that sort of stuff all looks clean, matches it, looks professional, looks expensive. Good job. Yeah, good job. Right. Yeah, thank you guys, always a pleasure. So we won't be around next week. I've got an article ready to go, just need to tidy that up. So that'll be a Technique Tuesday that I'll go out, lighting setup using why you should be using scrims. So I'll put that out. So that'll be next Tuesday, and then hopefully Tuesday after that, probably doing another stream as well. But yeah, thank you so much to everybody that posted a shot. Oh, just real quick, actually, while I remember, if anybody, Americans, are about tomorrow night, I will be doing, this is a free webinar for Hunt's photo education in the US. That'll be midnight UK time or 7 p.m. EST. So if any of my American friends are like, I normally miss Jake during the day or something like that, come by, say hi in the Hunt stream tomorrow. That is tomorrow as in Wednesday. Yeah. So Wednesday, February 22nd. Okay, so yeah, come by, say hi. I'll be doing that stream on there. We'll just be going through rotor lights mainly, using it and going through some raws and lighting setups and that sort of stuff, just a general chat for an hour or so. So yeah, come by, see you then. Otherwise, guys, yeah, thank you so much, and I will. Where's my page? There we go. So I close the stream. Yeah, thank you so much, and I will see you in a couple of weeks. Take care, guys. Have a good one. Bye.